Hello, hello. Karen Wolf here in the art studio this evening. How are you all doing? I'm a painter and I teach you how to paint and become a better painter online, virtually. Let's see if we get my Facebook to come up here. And we're going to paint, hey Jackie, we're going to paint a, I hope you've been painting. Don't forget to post in the Facebook group, the All Access Facebook member group, Jackie. Don't forget to post in there so you'll have opportunity to for the challenge for February. If you post your painting in there, you have opportunity for that drawing to win your $25 gift card. So don't forget to do that. All you have to do is post something that you've painted in 2022. And I know you have painted in 2022 because you were painting with your nieces. So don't forget to do that. All right, guys. Okay, cool beans. I think we're live. And I'm in the right place, I believe. If I can just find the live on my iPad, I can see comments on there. How are y'all doing this evening? Y'all say hey when you jump on here. Okay, good deal, Jackie. Good deal, good deal. He is cute, Jennifer. He's adorable. He's the cutest little thing ever. He is cute. This little guy right here. So, I painted him, and I didn't mean to. I painted him, I don't know, let's just get this out. I know nothing about sports as far as teams and all that, whatnot. I'm not a sports guru, so I don't know anything about sports. But when I painted him the color, on pure accident. I painted him the color of one of the teams that's going to be in the Super Bowl. So, tonight we're going to paint the other team's colors. So, gotta be fair. Gotta be fair. All right. Anybody know what those colors are? Oh, shoot. Hey, Jane. Welcome, everyone. Who do I have on here? Regina, Jane, Jennifer, Jackie. All right, cool beans. All right, so what we're going to do, we've got this. Let me move you in closer so you can see. We're going to paint this gnome football guy. And like I said, since we have the, and I have him on this. I have half a notion just to paint him on that. We'll just paint him a little bit bigger. That'll be okay. I'm going to have to sketch him out, though. I actually don't want his legs that far apart. We'll sketch him out here real quick for you. Usually I have this kind of sort of done. I just need a guide here. Alright, so the other team is who? Anybody know? Anybody know who the other team is? I think this is the Cincinnati guy. The little Bengals fella. So we're just sketching this guy in here real quick. So you all say hey when you jump on here. Let me know who's watching. That way I know who's watching. If you're watching on the replay, if you don't mind, say you're watching on the replay when you guys come back on here and you watch after the live is over. You're live right now if you're watching it now, for sure. Okay, that's about as good as we need. We don't need anything more than that, do we? I think his hat's a little bit fat. Hey, Violet, welcome. Hello, hello. So we've got Los Angeles is the other team. Thank you. The Los Angeles Rams, Jackie and Violet say. What color is this team? Anybody know what color the team is? Gosh, my paintbrush is dried solid. Solid. I posted this today, earlier today, and I don't know what Facebook was doing, but they didn't show it to anybody for like hours. It was hours before anybody saw it. So, I don't know what the deal is on that. Pretty weird. But I'm just using a palette of colors here. Blue and gold, maybe. Okay. Jackie says blue and gold. Violet says blue and yellow. There we go. All right. Something so we know. All right. So I'm just going to do a gray. I just drew in his little outline of his body and stuff and here. Just get some beard here going on. Cute little fella, isn't he? You all like him? He's adorable. Your electric's been out. Oh, no, Jackie. Oh, no. Well, first chance you get on there. You've got time. The drawing is not until Monday after. Well, I think you got 2. It's the last Monday in this month, whatever that is when the drawing is. So you just post inside of the All Access membership group there. Something that you've painted in 2022. That's our challenge for this month. And you'll go in for a drawing for that $25 gift card. For those of you who are not in the All Access membership, you're missing out, for one, on a really good opportunity to learn how to paint, become a better painter, whichever you so choose. But if you're in there, we have a drawing every month, amongst other things. There's a drawing once a month for a challenge. I offer out a challenge for you to do something. And this month's challenge is to post a painting that you've painted in 2022. And the reasoning behind that, of course, is to encourage you to paint. Oh. And then another thing is just give you an opportunity to win a $25 gift card. And then if you win, you can take that $25 gift card and go buy you some paint. And then you won't have no excuse. Buy you some canvas or paint. So we just took a gray color in here, just gray, making his beard. His is lighter because I've lightened him up a lot. And you just gradually you lighten up a little bit as you go. We'll have to let it dry a little bit because if you try to do too much too soon, you end up with just it blending and blending together. So you get in a little bit there first, and then we'll go back in and lighten him up. So there's his beard. Gnomes are pretty easy. Do a beard, do a hat, do a nose, and some sort of feet, hands, and make them doing something. They're, let me reach over and get some paper towels. They're pretty fun and easy to do. Y'all say where you're from, too. If you're new, you haven't been on here before, let me know where you're watching from. That's always fun. I get some on here from lots of different places. I had one on here from Canada one day. I get them see, where was the other one? I thought when someone said Los Angeles, that's the Los Angeles Rams. You're not from Los Angeles. Sorry, Jackie. See, from Canada. There's California, North Carolina. There's people on here from all kinds of different places. So when y'all jump on here, that's cool to say where you're from. Interesting to see how far the things go out into the world. How far the internet will take you. There's a good ways. It's pretty amazing. So they're blue and yellow, you say. So we'll go with blue on the hat. I don't know if you have to get some different blue. That blue's all intertwined in some other paint there. Don't want to get it mixed up. Alright. So the All Access membership is opening soon, guys. If you guys aren't on the wait list, you all need to jump out there, and if you're not a member and you're not on the wait list, you ought to go out there and do that, because if you're on the wait list, you'll be notified when it opens, when the doors are open, and you get your little free painting tutorial while you wait. Isn't that cool? While you wait for the doors to open, you can try it out and see what you think. But in there, we just do this kind of stuff, paint, and of course paint on here. But inside the group, it's just a little bit more goes on in there. A lot more goes on in there, I should say. Hey, Patsy, welcome. Hello, hello. All right. So we'll let that hat dry a little bit. We'll go down. We'll paint in the football. It's a brown color. Just a brown color. I didn't know what I was going to do this evening. As always, I do have trouble with that, trying to figure out what in the world I'm going to do when I come on here and go live. And I didn't have time to come up with anything else, so this is what we're doing. Painting this little guy. I did a little Valentine one too. Thought it was cute. Did you all see the Valentine guy? Same one. He's just holding up the Valentine hearts instead of the football. I figured it would only be fair, right, to do both teams. So, here we are. How you all doing? See who else is on here. We got, is it LaDonna? Hello, welcome. Appreciate you all jumping on here this evening. What else can we talk about? Y'all got any stories to tell? You had a pretty day today. I actually had some pretty weather this week finally. Finally getting out of the snow for a little bit. Everybody's had their share of snow this year. Go in with a little bit of light to opaque that a little bit. Might have to just let that dry some. Y'all have a team? Are y'all football fans? Do y'all have a team? Alright, then we're going to make a little bit of flesh. Do a little bit of red, a little bit of orange, a little bit of white. Just make a little bit of flesh. And you can add just a smidge of brown. We'll make it more of like a beige colored flesh. If you want it to be more red, you could do more red. It's a very red flesh. Very red flesh. I'll tone it down a little bit. Adding a little bit of yellow. Putting my little nose in there. And we'll come down here and put in some legs. Do his little shoes. This one's just some little touches here and there. There's not a whole lot to him. Pittsburgh is your team, but you will be cheering for the Bengals in the Super Ed Bowling. I don't understand what that means. Is that some sort of a inside joke? Yeah, like I said, I'm not a sports person. I've never been. I don't really know a whole lot about it. I feel kind of just out there when somebody starts talking about it. I don't know what they're, I don't know what they're talking about, and they start talking about those football teams and all the stuff that's going on. And during the game, I know when they score, everybody hollers. And somebody scored or somebody screwed up or something. But I like the commercials. I do like to watch the Super Bowl for the commercials. I do kind of, usually I root for the underdog. Once I figure out who the underdog is. Violet says, you don't have a team, but you will cheer on the Bengals. Their quarterback seems like a nice young man. And you like watching him play in college. Oh, okay, cool. You like the commercials too? I do. I've always liked the Super Bowl commercials. They're just so cool. Just, Budweiser always has some good ones. And, well, they all just have some good ones. Pretty fun. Okay. Well, what color will we make his shoes? We'll make his shoes just a dark blue, maybe. I just made his shoes brownish black, I guess. Or we could make them yellow. You want to make them yellow? Let's make them yellow. Since he's yellow and blue, and we'll put some yellow in his hat. Another way to incorporate some of the team color in there. And lighten up his nose on that side a little bit. He's a little lighten up his flesh on that side of his legs. And we did gray on the shoe. And we'll go back over it with some white. Anything that's gray, or anything that's white, you start out with a gray. The gray is the shadow. Then that's dry, so we'll go back over that again. And put a little bit of dark, go dark on that one side. Got a shadow side over here, so we'll go a little bit darker on the shadow side. This is a pretty transparent color. It's not really covering very good. That's okay. We might have to go 3 coats. Sometimes you got to do that. All right. Jackie says, let's see. I'll move my iPad over here so I can see. Oh, shoot. I just tossed you guys for a loop, didn't I? I can see over here. I can get it to lay down there. All right, now I can see. Jane says, Joe Burrow, Bengals player. His mom is principal at my 4 grandkids' school. Huge deal around here. Oh, wow. That's cool. That's exciting, Jane. And Jackie says, Pittsburgh is my team, but I'm cheering for the Bengals. Love the quarterback, Joe Burrow. Well, there's 2 Joe Burrow fans. He is from Ohio. That is awesome. How about that? Oh, hey. Hey, Jane. Hey, Sandra. That's cool. Yeah. Small world, isn't it? Small world. I just said that this week. Somebody was saying something, and I said, it's a small world. Everybody knows everybody, and don't think they don't. They do. Can you all see that good? Y'all can see that big penguin in the back, and you see my Bob Ross over there hanging out. Did y'all see Bob Ross hanging out? He's checking out to see if I'm doing a good job. Did y'all see my Bob Ross bobblehead? He's cute, isn't he? Okay, so I'm just adding white to my blue for my light side of my, just a little bit, just to lighten that, just like a highlight on that side. And I'm going to leave the other side dark. And I'm going to put a yellow stripe through there since it's a yellow. And we'll go back and do the football another coat. Get it a little light. Add a little bit of white to your brown and yellow. Kind of lighten that top a little bit. Leave the bottom dark. You're working on painting flowers facing different directions. It is challenging. Yes, that is challenging. Do I have one? Do I not have one where flowers are facing different directions? Where did it come from? You love it. Where did what come from, Jackie? You saw him. You're in the kitchen but listening and watching some. Oh, that's funny. Multitasking. There's not a thing wrong with multitasking. Oh, Bob Ross. Oh, sorry. Well, he fell. Henry dropped him in the floor, and he doesn't like to stay in there sometimes. See? My Bob Ross. And he talks. If you push this little button down here. There he is. He does some little talking. That's funny. Jennifer got him for me for Christmas. Just trying to get some color on this pad over here. It's pretty transparent. I may have to add some white to it and then just go back over it. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. One arm over here maybe. Sometimes if a color won't cover, like if it's too transparent and you're not getting good coverage, sometimes if you do, and I'll do that here to show you what I'm talking about, is you go over it first with like blue and white. And then if you go back over it with the blue, it'll opaque it some and it will make it show up better. So we're going to do that here because I'm not getting very good coverage on this. And I'll show you what I mean by that. And I'll go back over that and make that more blue. Alright, so let's do his beard some more. His beard was gray. We went a little bit lighter. Now we're going to go a little bit lighter by just adding white into that gray color. You don't want to cover up all your darks. You want to leave some of your darks. Don't cover up them all. He's cute, isn't he, Jackie? Really cute. Really cute. Love, love, love it. Yeah, Henry likes him too. Carried him around and he dropped him and that bottom came off. I think I just have to glue it. Get some super glue. Okay, so you just take the lighter gray in, and if it's scooting across the canvas like that, just add a little bit of mixture paint, add a little bit of moisture to your paint, and that'll get that paint to go on instead of scooting across. Because if it just scoots across, it's just too dry, is all. Just gets a little bit too dry. Okay, and then his hand comes around here. There's a little fingers coming across there. Go in with your flesh color. Do his fingers on holding the ball. And then just scoop around a little look of his hand. My paint is so dry, it's not even wanting to go on there. It's probably because I have that heater on in here. And then just put your flash on, and then just put a little bit of light back in. If you get too much light, you can put some dark in. There's his hand. And then his hand's over here. I'm out of flesh. I need to make a little bit more. Red, orange, a little bit of white. And I think I put a little bit of brown in there. You can buy flesh in the tube if you want. I use acrylic. This is all acrylic paint here, what I'm using. I'll just paint in him a little hand over here. Just doing nothing. It wasn't really, it was just his hand. Really not. Acrylic paint is just layers, layers, and layers. So you just, if you don't get good coverage, you just keep on going with it. Okay, then for the ball, you've got a little stripe that goes on each end here. Didn't mean for it to be that yellow. And it kind of goes around, like that. And then you've got these little strings, and it's just a gray color. The end on the ball, I just did just a white with some color in it, which I used yellow and white, and we'll lighten that even more here in a minute. And then that string you just do like with a gray color. I just use gray. Let's see who else is on here. Is that, no, I'm going to mispronounce. Deepa? Not sure. I hope I'm not mispronouncing it. And then we'll go back in with a little bit more white to highlight those strings. And a little bit more white over that little doodad. This flesh is really pink. So I'm going to add a little bit of orange and brown to that flesh. I don't like that really pink color. Doesn't match his nose and his legs for one thing, does it? Okay, then, okay, so his hat's dry now. That's good. We'll put in more color on his shoes. More color on his shoes. Hey, Brenda. Hello, hello. Hey, Kathy. There's another All Access member. We got Violet, Jackie, and Kathy's on here. Yippee. Yellow for the shoe. Then we'll add a little bit. Do a little bit of white on the top and the back. Just to opaque it a little bit. And then I'm going to put some shoelaces in there in a minute. I'm going to put a little touch more white. Put a little touch more light on his legs. A little touch more light on his hands. And a little touch of white on his nose. And that ball, you can make it a little lighter at the top too. It's a little bit, acrylic dries just darker. It just does. That's one of the things that's so hard with acrylic is getting it light enough. So with acrylic, it's like, you think that it's the color that you want it to be. You think it's light enough, and then, 10 minutes or less, it's like darker. So you just have to work with it a little bit. Okay, now we're going to put over blue on his hat, because we did the blue and the white. Now we're going to darken it by just taking the blue color and going back over the hat. Because it was not showing up on there very good, I just added the white to it and painted it in first to just opaque it some. And now I'm going back over it with the blue, and it's going to show up. So that's how you fix that problem. He's turning out pretty cute, don't you think? This, I just painted him on paper, on watercolor paper. That's why he's a different size. And I'm going to go in with a little smidge of light on that side. Okay. Now, while that's drying, I'm going to have to turn my heater down. Excuse me. Don't need to get in front of you there, but getting a little bit warm. I was freezing when I first came down here. And I wasn't really that cold today, but it was just cold down here. Okay, now we'll do the goal and some grass. That'll be good. And then we'll do on his shoes once his shoes are dry. Okay, grass. I don't have any green. Yes, I do. Okay, so we're going to go green. And for those of you who haven't signed up, I was talking about the All Access membership waitlist. I'll post the link in the comments for you guys if you are interested in jumping on the waitlist for that. Like I said, you get a free tutorial, and you get on the waitlist, and that's how you get notified when the All Access membership opens, and that will be coming up here real soon, March 14th. Yippee yippee. So if you're interested in painting with me, if you think that that's something that you would like, that is definitely where you need to be. We do lots of fun stuff in there. Lots of fun painting. You learn to paint, learn to become a better painter. If there's things that you're interested in that you want to learn, just let me know and I'll try to accommodate. You go through the success path, you find where you are, where you want to be. That thing needs to come down farther. And follow through the guides and do the painting tutorials in there, techniques, learn techniques, blending, learn about supplies. Getting ready to do the challenge for February is out for the ladies to... Right now there's ladies in there. It's not to say there couldn't be guys in there. Guys like to paint too. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of white. Just probably it's not going to do any good right now because it's wet. Just opaquing that a little bit. But we'll just leave it like that. I like that. Bright green. That goes real pretty with the blue. And this little thing over here is brown. Just go in with some brown, maybe add a little bit of yellow. And I didn't do a background. You can if you want. I didn't. Just didn't. Because I didn't do it on there. I was just doing that kind of for fun. Trying to come up with some different idea. And I thought, I just didn't want to paint the background because it was on that watercolor paper. Sorry, my arm was in the way. You couldn't see me doing that. I was just painting in this thingy. Is he looking good so far, guys? Well, there's Melissa. I think all of my All Access girls are on here. Well, not all of them. There's still a few. There's a bunch of you on here. That's great. Oh, thanks, Jackie. Oh, thanks, Violet. Yes, that's true. Being in the All Access membership does build your confidence in painting. It sure does. It builds your confidence. It makes you a better painter. It just makes you just learn how to paint on your own independently more. Of course, I still want you to paint with me. But it gives you the confidence to try things on your own. It's just great. It's just a great opportunity to really grow as an artist. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I'm going to paint in white first, and then I'm going to go over it with the yellow. Because if I just paint yellow on here, it's not going to show up. So, and I know their outfits don't look like this. And it might be a different color blue. But this is a gnome. It's just a gnome painting. But I can't say, I just can't say enough about it. The All Access membership is my, it's just my baby. I just love it. We all had to do something when COVID hit. And just make you some little X's for some shoestrings with gray. Three X's is all you need. Right there. That one I made it a little big. And that's where it came from. The studio, I had the art studio going. I opened the art studio after painting for, 2013 to 2000, when did I move over there? 19, 18? 18, 19, I think 18. And COVID hit in 2020, and we were rocking and rolling, and it just shut me down. Shut us down. We were having fun. And then I decided that I would do some painting online on Facebook. Figured out how to do the Facebook Lives. And I'm just taking some white over this black, just gray, making a highlight on those shoestrings. And I know you can't see that, but here's what he did. I just went in with black, made 3 X's, and then made my loops, my strings, and then went back over it with the white to gray it a little bit. Kind of give it a highlight. But then I opened it back, or I didn't open it back up yet. I did the Facebook Lives, did a bunch of lives showing you guys how to paint this, that, and the other, and finally was able to open back up in June. But I did the memberships before I opened in June, or did I do that in June? No, it happened in June. So we had the memberships going, and then we opened back up. But some people didn't want to come back to the studio to paint, so I did the memberships. So that's where that came from, was COVID. Closed the studio, and I went online. And then I opened it up again but I had to close it in June of 2021. And here I am painting online with you guys. So that's what we're doing. There. Is that not the cutest thing you ever saw? Oh my gosh. I just think that's cute myself. I'm not sure. I don't like that one better than the other one. I just think that's so cool. All right, so we'll do some light up here. Do some yellow up here. And you just keep going with that until it's as dark as you want it. That's what acrylic is just layers and layers and layers of paint. Now, if this isn't as dark as you want it to be, you just let it dry and then you go over with another coat. Let it dry, go over with another coat. But the thing that makes them look a little bit dimensional is when you do the shading. If you do dark over here and then the light over here, and then you do your little accents, your little accent highlights. Like here's, you could do a little white on his nose. You could do a little on the top of the ball. You could do some light on the leg. Little touches of light. You can do some on the here. Those kind of things make him look more dimensional. Make him look more than just a flat. Just flat. You don't want him to be all flat. And then we'll go back here and get some more color in this. And then you can put a little bit of a highlight on that one side if you want. You can. I'm trying to stay out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Because this other side, the right side there is my shadow side. I'm trying to keep it a little bit darker. There's that. And we'll do with a little bit more green. Just get some more coverage down here. Just getting some more coverage, green and yellow. I need some more green. Thank you all for jumping on here with me this evening. I appreciate you guys so much. I do this for you guys, you know. I love to paint, but I want to show everybody how to paint. I want everybody to paint. I just do. It's therapy, you know. it's good to paint to relax. Okay, then I'm going to go into a little bit of purple, maybe a little bit of brown. Purple, a little bit of brown. I'm going to do a little shadow for that little guy. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a shadow underneath the gnome. That makes it so he doesn't look like he's floating in midair. I don't know if you noticed up until that point, but if you don't put a shadow underneath of him and just leave him sitting there on the grass, it looks like he's floating in midair. So you don't want to do that. Okay. All right. So, and then you can add even a little bit of a, if you want, you can do a little highlight on the pole. I think that's good. What do y'all think? Didn't forget anything, did I? And then this pencil mark that I got on there, once this dries, I can erase that off or clean that off with a wet wipe. I used to have wet wipes down here, but they're all gone. I used them all. But you can take wet wipe. We'll take that baby wipe. I call them wet wipes. I don't know why. I guess because it's like years ago I used to call them. That's what we called them. I don't know. Maybe is why I say that. I don't know. I catch myself doing that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this thing so it's not droopy. But there's your painting. Your finished painting. So I hope you guys will try that. I hope so. Hi, Rick. Welcome. But I hope you guys will try that. This is these are just both real cute. I just think it turned out real cute. Just adorable. So there's the little blue and gold, blue and yellow, and little orange and brown. So there you go. So pick your team. Who's your team? Who are you rooting for? Who's your team? Who are you rooting for? Hey, Bev. Welcome. Like I said, I am not into teams in football, and I honestly did not mean to do that, to paint that color when I was green. It just ended up that way, and after I did that, I thought, oh my goodness, I need to. I told my husband, I said, I don't know what I'm going to paint for my life. I said, I was thinking about going down there and painting football player with the team colors for the others, for the other players that are going to be in the Super Bowl to make it fair. You got to make it fair, right? So, but if you guys aren't on my text notifications and you want to know when I'm going live, if you're interested in that, my text number is 304-245-9690. And if you text Let's Paint to that number, all you have to do is text Let's Paint to that number, 304-245-9690. And that's how you get set up to be notified when I'm going live. You'll be notified when the All Access membership opens and things like that. Sometimes they send like little, coupon deals and stuff like that out too. So, that's what that's all about. So, but I appreciate you guys jumping on here. I hope that you will paint one of these cute little fellas, or maybe you'll paint both of them. They're absolutely adorable. So, there you go. There's your team, or there's your team. Or maybe neither one of them's your team, but you're rooting for one of them for whatever reason, one reason or another. That's the way it usually is. So, But I usually root for the underdog, so that's who I'll be cheering on. Like I said, I always have to try to figure out who that is. So, but you guys, appreciate you guys jumping on here. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great evening, and I'll see you back on here again next time, and we'll paint again. Thank ya. Bye-bye.